Welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Jessa Jeremiah, and we have a wonderful show for you today. We're going to start out with our news partner, the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County. Joining us is Karen Gallagher. Welcome.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Well, we're pleased to have you. So, ready or not, it's time to talk holiday preparations.
Absolutely. And, it's a time of the year that we get very excited. It's an opportunity for us to really reach out and help a lot of our kids at the club. I mean, we serve over 3,000 kids throughout Dane County, so it's an opportunity for us to step back and go, okay, how can we really partner with our community to make sure that all kids have a great holiday?
Absolutely, very important. And we'll get to some more specifics about that in just a second. But first, tell viewers at home a little bit more about what you do for Boys and Girls Club.
Right. Well, my official role is Director of Development, but in the world of development, we wear many hats. And my role basically is to make sure that resources continue to come into the Boys and Girls Club so we can continue to run high-quality programs and make sure that our kids have the resources and the funding to be able to thrive and continue to grow in our clubs.
Absolutely. Well, that's very important stuff. And let's get back to the holidays for a second, because
Yes.
this is important. As you mentioned, there's a lot of preparation that goes into this, I have to imagine. So how does the Boys and Girls Club prepare members specifically for the holidays?
Well, I think that's pretty easy. Kids get excited about holidays, and we feel like I mentioned before, every child should have a great holiday. But we have several events. I know our club directors do a great job of getting kids excited and ready for holidays, and in making sure there's events and opportunities for them to be out in the community to celebrate the holidays with community partners and folks throughout our Dane County. We actually have two events on the docket as of right now. One is November 25th. We're actually having a Thanksgiving community dinner. We're serving our children and their families, but also we want to be able to reach out and give at least 100 families Thanksgiving Day baskets so that they can prepare a meal for their family on Thanksgiving Day.
Oh, that's wonderful.
The other event is December 17th. We have a holiday wrapping party where it's a great opportunity for volunteers to come out and help us wrap gifts that eventually go to our kids before the holiday as well.
Well, that sounds like a fun activity to get involved in, and the great one for Thanksgiving too.
Absolutely.
Very important stuff.
Absolutely.
So you mentioned that there's volunteers that come help wrap gifts. I'm sure you need volunteers for the Thanksgiving. I imagine this is a big event.
Yes.
So how do volunteers go about getting involved if that's something that you want to do?
Absolutely. They can go to our website, and that's www.bgcdc.org, and or you can call us at 608-257-2606 and ask for our volunteer coordinator.
Okay.
And or call the development office or myself. We'll make sure that we direct you to the person that you can get the information from. But it's a great opportunity. We're also it's a time of year where we're looking to still raise funds so our kids can benefit from that as well. So the holidays has a lot of different meaning to it, but one is to be there for our community and be there for our kids to make sure that everybody has a great holiday.
Okay, wonderful. So in addition to actually volunteering, there's also a financial need there too.
Absolutely.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
So folks can donate, if
Absolutely.
they can't donate their time, they can always donate money.
Absolutely,
well.
and again, just go to our website and there's resources and a donation mechanism that you can donate to the Boys and Girls Club for the holidays.
Okay. And is there anything else that you want to share? We've got just a little bit of time left.
Yeah, well, it's the Boys and Girls Club. I mean, I always encourage people, and I always love telling the story about what we do, but we do so many things for kids in this community, from educational programs to our creative and performing arts programs. Our club is just, it's a mecca of just social interaction where kids can come to a safe place, be engaged with their friends, be engaged with the great staff, and know that they're at a safe, nurturing environment. And I've loved working here. I'm going on my third year, so again, we encourage people to open up their hearts this holiday season to really help a lot of young people in this community.
Absolutely, and we've had some of the other sectors, I guess, of your organization on the show, and you guys just do outstanding things in all aspects, all areas of your work, so we thank you for that.
Thank you.
And get involved for the holiday season. There's a lot of need right now, so go to the website, give them a call. This is Karen Gallagher of the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County, part of our news partner here on Talk of the Town, and we have a great show for you coming up. We're just getting started, so stick around. We've got more Talk of the Town coming up right after this. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. If you are a parent out there or are going to become one soon, you're going to want to listen up. Our next news partner is here from Spring Creek Family Chiropractic. Dr. Marcia Schaefer joins us once again. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
So I'm excited about this topic. We're going to talk about why parents should have their children checked by a chiropractor. So what a cool topic. So why do you think, what's the most common reason that parents bring their children to get checked by you?
Well, there are two, actually. One of the most common is trauma, injuries. Those cause spinal misalignments, and if those spinal misalignments are not caught at a young age, a lot of adults are walking around saying, oh, why am I not feeling the way that I should? So that's one of the main reasons. Another is actually for symptoms. There are certain symptoms that bring a parent in because their child, colic, ear infections, asthma, allergies, bedwetting, constipation, and acid reflux. I am disturbed at the amount of kids that are on acid blockers, that your inability to break down protein, which is what is happening with the acid blockers. You can't build immunity, you can't build your body, you need those proteins. So a lot of those things respond incredibly well, and those are actually our highest referrals.
Interesting. So are those the specific conditions that you're treating, or are there others?
Well, actually, as a doctor of chiropractic, I don't treat any specific symptom. Our goal and what we specialize in is the nervous system. So basically your brain and your spinal cord is an extension of your brain. We work on the spine to make sure that functions the way that it should. I often tell my practice members, think of a puppy. If you step on the puppy's tail, the bark comes out the mouth. Well, could you imagine, surgically removing the mouth or duct taping the mouth, or would you want to take the pressure off the tail? As a chiropractor, a lot of these symptoms can be the barking mouth, but the actual problem is the pressure that's on the tail. So as a chiropractor, I'm able to remove that subluxation or that pressure that's on that tail, helping the body.
It sounds much more impactful when you say that it's an extension of the brain. It really makes you want to take care of your spine, doesn't it? Wow. Let's talk a little bit about having babies checked. You actually work with some babies too. So why is it important for babies to get checked early in life?
Yeah, so babies are born and they have one curve, but adults have 3 curves in their spine. So babies are experiencing life different every single day. They're learning to pick up their head, crawl, walk, do all those things. Well, that's actually working on the muscles and the ligaments around the spine. And if there is spinal injury or subluxation in the spine's not going to start moving right in that area. So all of a sudden you're going to start noticing, why is my child crawling weird? Or why are they not functioning the way that they should? I know that maybe they're not developing the way they should. The really, really neat thing about chiropractic is we really focus on the autonomic nervous system, which is basically, it's all about how you function, not how you feel. So that's why there can be asymptomatic things. It's really the autonomic nervous system that, the things like your heartbeat and your lungs and all those kind of things that you can't control, we have direct work with that. So,
well, that
neat.
sounds neat. It sounds important. And you mentioned subluxation. So this is a term that we hear when we think about chiropractic care. Is there any research to show evidence of subluxation?
Yeah, there are actually some medical doctors that have done research, and they were looking at birth trauma. So as soon as babies are born, Dr. Gutman found that there was actually 80% of the babies that he looked at had cervical subluxation or cervical strain, so up in the neck, which is a really big deal. But you have to think about it. The birth process is kind of stressful for mommy and baby.
Right.
One of his colleagues, Dr. Fryman, did a study with 1,250 babies 5 days postpartum, so 5 days after the baby had been born, found that 95% of those babies had stress at the spinal in the neck, and found that a gentle adjustment actually helped their breathing, their color, their eating, a lot of those things. Now you have to understand that the adjustment for a baby is so significantly different than an adult. It's very, very light pressure, so nothing like an adult.
That's kind of a shocking statistic, how many babies had basically a need for chiropractic care, but when you put it in those terms of the kind of thing they're going through coming into this world, it makes perfect sense. How does a parent know if their baby needs to be checked?
Well, in an infant, you can see if the baby always is turning to one side. You know, if they only, with breastfeeding, if they only want to latch more on one side than the other. If you've been told that your baby needs a helmet, that's another option, or another sign of subluxation. Also, if you've been told that your baby is super strong, that they pick their head up way too early, or that they're arching their back, they're trying to stand, that's a huge sign of dural tension. Your dura is what surrounds your brain and your spinal cord, so that is very, very necessary to get checked. In an older child, one that can stand, have them stand, look at their shoulders. Is one higher than the other? Is their head rotated a certain way? Can you see, that their hips are off? All those are great signs that they should be checked by a pediatric chiropractor.
Wow. Okay. So things that I would never have thought of. Very interesting. Your baby is stronger. You think, well, great, perfect,
right?
Wonderful. I got a strong kid. Well, there might be actually a problem there. So,
right.
Interesting things. So, lots of little tips to kind of look out for. Or you can just give Dr. Marcia a call because she'll help you out. So thank you very much for joining us and giving us all those tips and tricks and some interesting statistics too. So much appreciated.
You're welcome.
All right, this is Dr. Marcia, our news partner with Spring Creek Family Chiropractic. We have more Talk of the Town for you coming up after the break, so please stick around. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. We have a very interesting guest for you now. Joining us is Tim Shade. Welcome, how are you?
I'm very good, and it's so good to be here, Jessa.
Glad
Thank you.
to have you. So you're with the Wisconsin School Music Association.
Correct.
And you're the executive director.
Yes.
Very good. So we're going to talk about a few things today. We're going to talk, you may want to get a pen and paper. There's some really cool events coming up. In particular, we're going to talk about the Wisconsin State Music Conference. But first, I'm going to pick your brain a little bit about music education. So talk to me about how music education really helps prepare young people for the future. Why do you do this?
Well, it activates the creative side of their brains, and creativity is a 21st century learning skill, which in today's workforce is very much needed.
Absolutely. And it's unique that you have 3 organizations that share the same executive director and staff. So how does is that a benefit to those that are working with you and that you serve?
We feel it is. With all 3 organizations sharing the same staff, we're able to collaborate and connect our missions and visions together, and also stretch resources.
Absolutely. And that's something that's important because you are a nonprofit. So as a nonprofit, it can be challenging. You have sometimes limited resources, right? But you have a long history of success. Now, what is it that has helped this success? How do you stay progressive?
We try to stay in touch with our members' current needs and the teachers and the students' needs in our member schools. For example, the Wisconsin State Music Conference is coming up next week. It's a professional development conference for music educators, and all of the professional development sessions are tailored to meet the specific needs of teachers in today's schools.
Interesting. Okay, that's wonderful. And then the end of this month is going to be big for your programs and events as well. So there's a lot happening in our area in general. How can viewers take part in this specific event?
Well, one aspect to the Wisconsin State Music Conference, which is next week, is that it kicks off on Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock at the Monona Terrace with a free and open to the public concert. And we've got Vic Ferrari, Symphony on the Rocks coming this year, high energy band. Your guests and viewers will really enjoy that concert.
Oh, absolutely. And Vic Ferrari is actually very well known, at least in this area and in the state. So talk to us more about this event for people who are out there who are fans of Vic Ferrari, want to be a part of it. How do they get involved and what can people expect? Well,
Vic Ferrari is a 7-piece band that's been in existence about 25 years. But about 7 or 8 years ago, they started to have with them a 30-piece orchestra, live orchestra, about 8 to 10 shows per year, and we're one of those shows this year. So there'll be a live orchestra playing classic rock music, music that's typically never performed live because of the orchestration.
Wow, that's exciting. That's exciting stuff. That's going to be a really neat event to attend. Talk to us a little bit more about the cause, and we mentioned This is a nonprofit. I imagine there's some need for some help in some regard. How can viewers at home, if they want to get involved or just be a support, how can they support the cause?
Well, probably the easiest way is to just go to our website, explore the website as much as they want, and if they feel compelled to donate to support music education in Wisconsin schools, to hit the Donate Now button.
Okay, very good. So there's lots of ways to get involved and a lot going on too. So recap some of these events for us if you would, and some of the dates. You've got October 29th, 30th, 31st, and November 1st.
On October 29th is the Vic Ferrari Symphony on the Rocks concert at 7 o'clock at Monona Terrace, and that is free and open to the public.
Wonderful.
On Thursday, October 31st, we have our high school honors concerts. There's a concert at 4 o'clock and one at 8 o'clock at Overture Center. Again, going on our webpage, your viewers can purchase tickets there or they can get them at the door.
Okay.
And on Saturday at Madison Marriott West, we have our middle level honors concert. And again, tickets can be purchased in advance or they can be purchased at the door. And that's at 1 o'clock on Saturday, November 1st at Madison Marriott.
Okay, wonderful. Lots of fun stuff to get involved in, and some great events for you guys to check out in the upcoming week. And yeah, I'm excited about this. Vic Ferrari, if you want to catch that, what a wonderful event. Well, thank you so very much, Tim, for joining us from the Wisconsin School Music Association. Lots to talk about. We'll have to have you back. I have a feeling we could talk longer.
I think so. Thank you, Jessa.
Thanks so much. All right, guys. Well, after the break, we are going to talk to a brand new yogurt store that is in town, staying afloat amidst all the chains. So stick around. We'll be right back with them here on Talk of the Town. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. Well, there's lots of ice cream and yogurt chains out there, but amidst the chains, we have a new business emerging that is not a chain. We're excited to learn about that. Joining us now are Randy and Tina from Oregon Frozen Yogurt. Welcome.
Welcome. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for coming on today and talking to us a little bit about this brand new business you decided to open. So first of all, tell us why did you decide to open this?
Well, I'll take that one. I have two kids that grew up in Oregon. And, being teenagers, they always complained to me, there's nothing to do at night. There's no place to go in the evening. And so they would, hop in their car with the friends and drive up to Madison. And they'd visit these, burger joints or frozen yogurt places. And it bothered me when, they're driving in the winter, it's nighttime, and icy roads and such. And I thought, what can we do to keep our kids in town? And that was one of our motivating that was one of our motivations to open up the place, to provide a social gathering place where the community can congregate, take a happy break, enjoy the time together, and so I think that's really how it started.
Very good. So this is all an effort to keep the kids closer,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Well, what a good idea. I love that. But you mentioned they were driving to these other places, and one of those might have been another frozen yogurt place. Because there's some franchises out there, and it's real nice to have a locally owned business that can be different from those franchises. So what do you think it is that sets you apart from the franchise world?
So for us, I think the main thing that sets us apart is just the offerings that we have. Yeah. Toppings in particular. Most frozen yogurt places have between 25 and 30 toppings. We had our kids count last night, and we have just about 80 toppings right now. So all kinds of different I know, all kinds of different things that we have in for fall, candy corn and ginger snaps, but we're doing a big breast cancer awareness promotion, so we have a bunch of pink toppings out right now. And not only toppings, but we also have what we call bottomings. So we have brownies and cookies and pound cake and Twinkies that you can put on the bottom of your bowl before you even start to fill it. And then we have 18 different flavors of not only frozen yogurt, but we have gelato and custard and Italian ice and sorbets. And, so I think we just have the ability to have a wider variety than the franchises do.
Choices, lots of choices.
Yeah.
I love the bottomings.
Yeah,
That's so cute.
I know.
It's like a bookend, like a sandwich
is.
almost.
It is. It's great.
That's wonderful. How fun is that? So you're a locally owned business in Oregon. Talk to me about how the community there has accepted this new business.
I think the community has accepted us very well. I mean, we're getting, just judging by the number of customers that are coming through our doors and the positive feedback that we're receiving. And for us, being part of the community is very critical. We made it our focus to leverage the community from the get-go, from our inception. We used local, as much as we could, local Oregon. So our architect, who's also our advisor, Jeff Grenier, we contacted him to start, and we used local builders in town, guys that I play softball with, our legal counsel, I already said our builders, our insurance agent, our attorney. Everything just
It's a whole community affair.
exactly, and it pays off. You know, they all want us to succeed. They bring in their family and their friends, and it's important for them as well because they have a vested interest in us. And so, and talking about bottomings, you know, from the bottom up, literally, we buy our bottomings right there in Oregon. From the coffee store, from Firefly Coffee House in Oregon, we buy our cookies and things like that. Brownies and fruit we buy from Bill's Food Center, our local grocery store. And our customers are aware of that. They see that. They're like, hey, you know, I go to the coffee store and you use their cookies. It's a really cool thing.
That's nice. What a nice community feel, too, to have so many folks involved and shop locally for your supplies. Now, you mentioned, Tina, that you've got some things for fall season and breast cancer awareness. Now, the holidays are coming up.
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything planned for
Yeah,
holidays?
so we just launched this Halloween pie promotion. So we've got making froyo pies or, you know, custard pies. There's 4 different designs that people can choose from, you know, spider webs and graveyards. And we just thought that would be a real fun thing for people to be able to pick up. We plan on doing the same thing going into Thanksgiving and Christmas. So pumpkin cheesecake, you know, pies, and people hopefully can leverage some of that for their holiday parties and, you know, take some of the stress and pressure off of their baking and, you know,
Sure.
pick something up from us. So we're
Something
really
fun and
excited about that. Yeah.
Yeah, love that. Well, you guys have some great ideas and sounds like a real fun place to go. And for the kids, stay in Oregon. Go to Oregon Frozen Yogurt. Well, it was just a pleasure chatting with you guys, Randy and Tina from Oregon Frozen Yogurt. We'll have to have you back. That was fun.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so much. Thanks to our guests, and also thank you for watching. That's it for Talk of the Town today. Please join us next time.